Hi Scorpio, welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your April 2025 monthly tarot reading. This is where we're going to look at the astrological energies of the month of April. Remember, March was a big month. We had eclipse season. We had Venus and Mercury both retrograde. At the very end of the month, we finally had Neptune move into the sign of Pisces. I literally blanked for a minute. Neptune moving into Aries. Neptune has been in Pisces. That's why I blanked. Neptune has been in Pisces for the last 13 years. So this is a big event. So Scorpio, as we come into April, the question for you is going to be, how can you make use of all of this forward momentum as we have Mercury and Venus finally coming out of their retrogrades, moving forward. Eclipse season is now over, and we will also have some exciting times. There's a few weeks here where we have all planets direct. So check the description box below for all the important dates, and let's get right into it. Let's pull all your cards first. You have the Judgment card, Major Arcana, as well as the Page of Cups. You have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. You also have the Six of Wands. Always nice to see the six, some type of celebration possibly, and the Knight of Wands. So lots going on there for you, Scorpio. Look at that, the Tower card. Now, I often see the Tower card and the Judgment card together in this month. I think there is a lot of correlation. By the time you get to the end of April, you do come into your own reading, Scorpio. So that's nice to see. And the Ace of Cups, sometimes of blessings in reverse there for you. So let's go ahead and ask Spirit to send you a card representing the energy that you bring into April. Spirit, if you can send my Scorpios a card representing the energy that possibly they were dealing with back in March that they bring into this new month. And you have the Page of Cups in reverse. So already some synchronicities here. You have the Page of Cups here, and you have it that first week of the month. So there is this energy here, Scorpio, of possibly you having some kind of blessings of someone coming to you that you could have been ignoring, some emotional support, maybe ignoring some intuitive thoughts that have been coming in. I do think that you all are feeling very strong as you come into the month of April, but I do think you've been second guessing some of your intuition. So make sure you're not ignoring those gut feelings that are coming. I do think that, coupled with that Judgment card, that first week, is this kind of idea that you know what you need to do, you need to make a decision, but you haven't done it yet, and you've been ignoring some intuitive insights that have been coming in. So let's pull one last card. Spirit, if you can send my Scorpios an oracle message for the month of April. And look at that, material harvest. Always love seeing this card because this is blessings coming in, whether they are money, monetary, but also material could be anything that is in the real world, something that you can tangibly touch. So this could be you coming into some prosperity of a new home, or possibly someone bringing you some new job that you're going to take on. There's something here where you are stepping into some type of material harvest. And I do think that this is right on time, Scorpio, because we will be coming into this time within this next month or so that we will have your full moon in Scorpio. I believe it is in May. So I do think that this is some bountiful blessings coming on in for you, Scorpio. So let's go ahead and go through week by week. I do think one important theme that I'm already seeing is that the Judgment card, the Tower, and Death card are all cards of coming to a end of a cycle and needing to make a decision. And I do think as we come into April here, we start off right off the heels of that Neptune entering Aries on March 30th. April 2nd through 7th, we have Mercury turning direct in Pisces. So this is really going to be good news for you all, because I do think by time time you get to April 7th, forward momentum picks up and you will start coming into some clarity as to what is this big decision that you need to make. Have you been pondering some type of job news, something in your family? I do think as the month continues to pick up and the planets start moving direct, this is going to become a lot clearer, and Spirit is reminding you not to ignore those hunches that keep sending you these little messages. And I do think, Scorpio, you are one of the more intuitive signs of the zodiac, so I do think you know what I'm talking about, right? All right, so by the time we get into the second week of April, Six of Wands in the upright, Nine of Swords no longer in worriment. Some type of congratulatory news could come by the time we get to that Libra full moon on April 12th. I do think that many of you all have been holding on to a lot of like regret or grief, and I do think that work seems to be coming up. Even though I don't see pentacles, it feels like this is something that you're getting accolades for. Someone is celebrating you, or a group of people are giving you an acknowledgement. You could be receiving a bonus or possibly a new job offer. I do think Venus turning direct in Pisces on the 12th is great news for you all. And by the time we get to the next day on April 14th, all planets are direct until May 3rd. So use this time wisely. That Six of Wands is like, you are being celebrated, but you're also stepping into some new realization that you have some ideas of what you want to do next. And I think that's really good for you, Scorpio, because I think you've been pondering what it is you want to do. And I do think by the time you move into Mars entering Leo on the 17th, this is when some kind of tower moment occurs. Either you are told some information that puts you into a different direction, possibly you have an encounter with someone. This Knight of Wands is some kind of quick moving conversation could happen. I do think that Mars entering Leo on the 17th and then the Sun entering Taurus on the 19th, something here is coming to you, giving you some information. You're jolted into a better direction after this. Okay, so whatever this is, whatever this news is, it's going to come in quickly. It could be at your job, it could be in an announcement, but something that you can handle, because remember, material harvest is on the way. So do not fret the tower. I do think this is going to be something quick moving. It also could be something in your family that is told to you that you have to act quickly. But overall, Scorpio, I think that you all are coming into some shedding of emotions and not worrying anymore. The Death card is you coming into your sign, or coming into your reading by the time we get to the end of the month. After the Sun moves into Taurus, we will have Mercury finally exiting its retrograde shadow on April 26th. This is great news for everyone because now we have clearer messaging. I do think this Death card is you finally coming to a realization of what you no longer need to hold on to. You could have been holding on to some past regret, like I said previously, and I do think by the time we get to that Taurus new moon on the 27th and then Venus entering Aries on April 30th, you all are feeling like you can do this, like you're feeling more motivated. And I feel like that material harvest and that Six of Wands, Page of Cups, you have some major cleansing, I think, that occurs between that Tower card and the Death card. I think you all are finally like, okay, I can do this. I'm moving on. I do think by the time you get into May, you all are going to see some type of new abundance come in. And I do think that that material harvest card could be pointing towards the signs of starting it, but I do think it's going to take until May before you actually see whatever that culmination is. So overall, Scorpio, it looks like a really great month for you. I would say take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series just to see how other alignments are working out in your in your sign, but also take a look at those mid March through April career readings as well, because I do feel like there's some kind of career conversations going on with that Six of Wands. So I hope this was helpful for you, Scorpio. Talk to you later, and I hope you have a great April.